Hey guys, Brandon here with just another Mobile Monday, and want to do a quick look at the HP Mini-Me. This is the Linux Ubuntu version of an HP netbook, and long story short, very slim on specs. It's a 1.6, comes with a 16 gig solid state drive, at least this one did. What did I say? 1 gig memory, battery life, 3-ish hours, probably 2.5 if you're using it right. Very small, 2 odd pounds, probably closer to 3. Very, very nice little device. Got a nice kind of shiny cover here that loves to pick up fingerprints, and a very bright and shiny screen that loves to pick up fingerprints even more. Touch little slider down at the bottom. Keyboard's about 90% of size, give or take, very easy to type on. One of the complaints I think I've seen is that the keyboard's kind of flat, not a lot of definition between the keys, and I found that to be the case, but it's still really, really nice to type on. Been using it kind of as a blogging device more than anything right now. It does okay with media. Sound could be a little bit better. Volume is actually very decent for the size of the device. Sound comes out in this little grilled area. Only major complaint that I've got so far that I can say I really don't like about the device is the screen tilt. And I've really found that while this is nice, I mean, give you an idea of how far it can tilt. One of the things that I really want to see is I need it to come back a little bit more just because of the way I use the thing. Overall though, the device itself, you know, for what it is, it's just a little netbook that's designed to go with you pretty much everywhere. It's a great device, something I honestly can recommend, especially if you're into netbooks. I don't know so much about using Linux on the device. It was a good choice. It's got speed. It's, you know, there's a lot of things that it does well that Windows may not, especially with Vista having been an option and all that nonsense. Putting XP on the device, it really does well. The mobile internet experience that HP has put together is really well done. It feels like Linux, but at the same time it doesn't give you the nightmares that Linux does. You don't have kernel recompiles, and you don't have to worry about closing the lid and having the thing suspend. I mean, that's something that just kills me with every Linux laptop that's out there, is, you know, having to do all this kind of junk to try and get things to work. And when the manufacturers come together and grab a good distribution to begin with, in a lot of cases they really do make it better. So, you know, let me pop this back open so you can see that it comes right back to life, and I'll be back at a login screen here in just a second. So I'm really impressed with MIE. At the same time, do I think it's a user-friendly notebook? Yes. Do I think somebody's going to want to walk into Walmart and pick one up? I think they may, but at the same time, I think you're going to run into a lot of people that are concerned about this doesn't have Windows. It's a new experience. Can I adapt to it? And I think most people will be able to, but they're going to be a little bit frustrated. Your standard software isn't going to be there. You know, it's going to look a little bit different when you go to MySpace because it's using Firefox instead of Internet Explorer. There's all of those little quirks that people are going to run into with Linux that they won't see on a Windows side. So if you're really a big Windows fan, I would recommend the HP Mini, but I would recommend getting it in the Windows version. If you're kind of back and forth and you don't mind using a different operating system, if you can adapt to that kind of change rather quickly, and you're not afraid of getting to a command line every once in a while and, you know, hacking away at something just so you can get it to do something that HP didn't want it to, then this is a great device. I love it. It's really changed how I do things. I'm a MacBook user. I have a 13-inch MacBook that I'm absolutely in love with, and I've found the MacBook is sitting on the desk most of the time. This is sitting with me when I'm sitting on the couch or just doing some really light, quick lookup work. So I'd love to get more into the specs and all that kind of thing, but I wanted to give you guys an opinion of what I think the device is, how I use it, and how I really feel about it. And granted, this was sent to me by HP. We're working with HP on suggestions and that sort of thing. So let me get that caveat out of the way. That said, I've been around and played with a bunch of these. You know, Best Buy's a great place to go if you want to see something that you don't have the money to afford right away. So I've played a lot with a lot of these. I've used the Sony PictureBooks. My first experience with a netbook at the time was a sub notebook from Fujitsu. They were the P series way back in the day. It cost me about $1,700 to bring one home. And given the choice between the two devices, I'm really torn between which one I liked more. I have to say I still like the Fujitsu just a little bit better. Reason being, it had a little eraser nub, which everybody else on the planet seems to hate, and battery life was incredible. I think I got 12 hours out of that one. So I'm a little bit more partial to the the Fujitsu, but you know, step forward 5 years, and the industry is finally starting to catch up with where I wanted to be 5 years ago. So congratulations to everybody in the industry that's come up with these wonderful little things. I love it. I couldn't be happier with it. And so if you get a chance, go out and play with one. I believe you'll find the Windows version at a Best Buy near you, and I'm pretty sure these are going to show up as well. So go out, check this thing out. It's the HP 1120 NR. Give you a bit of a size idea. This is an iPhone, so it's a very small, very lovable little device. So go out and check one out. I think you'll be happy with it. Thanks for watching.